Speaking of crazy shit to see on a court, have you ever seen anything like the Joker, even though he didn't make it, the full court tip, the 70-foot tip shot that almost went in the other night?
Honestly, that's all I needed to see. I mean, there's 0.3 seconds left, throw it to Joker. Like, what is it, 70 feet? And he tried to tip it in from 70 feet. It almost went in.
So 1 of 2 there, and that'll be the end of the third quarter. Throw it into Jokic, and Jokic water polos in. Long range. We'll see if that counts as a shot attempt. Jokic 26, 11, and 6.
That's what we expect from Joker. I mean, Joker's my favorite player. I just love watching him play. And there's a narrative about Joker that he doesn't care. That's just, it's not true. Just watching the games from the other side of the country, you can see how involved he is during timeouts. He's animated. He's talking to his teammates. He just wants to win. I think that the thing with Joker that when you talk about him as a player, I think he's just somebody who people think he doesn't care. I think he just doesn't want to be famous. You know, he's not the type of person who's going to work out and have a YouTube channel every time he, pumps iron. But you're not going to tell me that Joker doesn't care about basketball. You're not playing at that level. If you're not playing at that level, if you don't care.
Have you seen? This has been said a lot about him at this point, but his ability, and this tip shot is a good example, his ability to just make the game look easy is what's crazy. I mean, I could just read some of the numbers. Like right now he's averaging 30, 14, and 11. He's scored or assisted on 50% of their points, shooting 56% from 3, 67% true shooting. But he also just makes it look like the level of almost like I just rolled up to the arena and I'm doing this. And obviously to your point where you're saying that's not the case, but his ability to make it look easy does feel like second to none.
Mm-hmm. Well, I would say this. When Steph Curry's doing his warm-up before the game, how it's become something where fans come and watch. Joker has a workout like that. If you see him and what he's working on before the game, it's so interesting. Everything is about touch around the rim. His flow and his touch is just, it's so unmatched, and he works on it. That's the kind of things that he works on before the game even starts.
Yeah, I'm going to ask you this a lot over the course of this year because we're going to be talking about him a lot, and I'm wondering if your answer is going to change. But what do you can't stop a guy like this. You know what I mean? You're not going to just lock him down completely or shut him down. But what is your approach defensively against someone like this, knowing going in, what exactly you're dealing with?
Man, Tommy, that's a tough question. But obviously he's the most dominant offensive force that we have right now as a big. He's so fun to watch. He can kill you from the 3. He's so dominant in the paint. He doesn't miss in the paint. He makes plays. He makes great reads. It's just we've never seen that kind of dominance offensively and even defensively for somebody who doesn't look, who's not athletic. For him to be able to guard the way that he does. I see him, during timeouts, telling his teammates where to be. He's always pointing where they need to go.
12 earlier in the period.
Mike, the 16.5-point swing, couple of things that are notable, because we've talked about the storyline all year, the bench being a problem for Denver. That swing started with Jokic on the bench. Richard, you've made note of it all night. The non-Jokic minutes. No Jamal Murray. So toughness being shown by the Nuggets on the road here.
Gordon and Porter, big part of that. Christian Brown as well. Ball deflected. Good defense.
Offensively, you were a lot more
I'm sorry,
involved.
Hey, I was just telling Micah how this motherfucker do the play that we was running.
That was crazy.
Bro.
We have a spy on the bench, man.
Who do it?
Jokic knew the play, but we didn't say anything.
He's pretty smart.
He knew to play better than us.
Which play was it?
Coming out of the timeout. Also, he knew the play. I think he knew the play better than us.
Which play? Like, what was it? The last time.
Man, when was that?
Huh?
when was that? When was it?
It was in the fourth, nigga. It was like 3 minutes left in the fourth.
After the timeout.
Yes, bro. It was right after the timeout. Me and Rudy lined up. This motherfucker say, "Hey, he's little." Me and Rudy looked at each other and said, "How the fuck do we know?" Because nobody said what we
We didn't say nothing.
But that nigga cheat, bro.
Yeah, we gotta launch an investigation.
All shots on the Denver Nuggets, when you're looking at their offense, it obviously goes through him, but everything is in rhythm. It's just it's such a fun style of basketball to watch, and it starts with Joker.
One thing I noticed, which I'm wondering whether this is sort of connected, that he was doing the other night, that he does a lot, that he's definitely underrated, at in general. He's in a lot better shape than I think people give him credit for, and he beats the other bigs down the court constantly, which creates these mismatches because you're not able to deny him because he's beat you down there. And so does that feel like it's sort of part of the game, is like understanding that like he's not just lumbering down and setting up. Like you better be sort of ready to run with him on either side.
You know what's underrated about Joker? He plays for the Denver Nuggets. The altitude there is so real. If you can think that you're in great shape, you go to Denver, it's a whole other thing. So he's training in that every day. So by the time he gets to sea level, he has a third lung.
I feel like especially at the big position, there is a real impact to it.
The altitude is real. And Joker knows it. And that's why it's the fourth quarter. He runs the floor hard because he knows that's the game within the game. That's winning basketball. Like running the floor doesn't show up on a stat sheet. But when you're big, when I saw that big man exhausted and I knew I had another gear, that's the difference. You got to win that fourth quarter. And I think Joker does a good job with that.